What up? What up? What up? It's Rec League Podcast, man. This is episode number 50. My name is Randy Little. Hi, everybody. I am the dude who pretends to know what he's doing as far as putting this podcast together. If you want to keep up with us on social at Rec League Podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Rec League Pod on Twitter. I try to share anniversaries. I try to share new trailers. I try to keep it interesting. And before I get into anything, man, I want to know who you guys think is going to the Super Bowl. Bucks, Packers. By the time the show gets uploaded, man, the Super Bowl will be decided. But Chiefs, Bills. You know what I mean? I get my guys, Eric Sigman, Nick Goodman, to come back. We chop it up. First, we talk about that Godzilla vs. Kong trailer that just dropped. And we react to that. And then I took what Timbaland and Swiss Beats was doing with Verzuz, different artists going track for track, basically celebrating their careers. And I wanted to do that with movie directors. And it's not, we don't go like, well, this director did this, okay, I'm coming back with this. It's not a movie for movie how they do it on Verzuz, you feel me? It's more discussing what those directors did and just, like same thing, like celebrating what they did, man. Before we get into that though, I forgot, like, my new way of formatting was to include the new Blu-ray releases, theatrical releases in the movie segment. I forgot. So, recently, a lot hasn't come out, accepted with Justin Long got upgraded to Blu-ray. One less DVD on my shelf. And in theaters, Honest Thief with Liam Neeson came out. I said on my personal YouTube channel that I was going to review it. I never found the time, so I probably won't. Upcoming on Blu-ray is a little more interesting because the new DC animated movie, Batman Soul of the Dragon, comes out this Tuesday. Doom Patrol Season 2 comes out on Blu-ray this Tuesday. The following Tuesday, Small Soldiers gets the Blu-ray upgrade. I probably haven't seen that movie since I was 12, 13 years old, so I'm excited to buy that. And in theaters, The Little Things, Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto, directed by John Lee Hancock, who did The Founder, the McDonald's movie, and who did The Blind Side, is coming out. It's Warner Brothers, so it's going to be in theaters this weekend and on HBO Max. Another one I'm looking forward to watching. But when I come back, I'm gonna have my guys with me. We're gonna do that discussion, and then I got some bars for y'all. Rec League Podcast. Alright, it's movie time, folks. Got my usual suspects, the homies in here. Nicholas, never on time, good man. And E-Sig.
Hello.
I hope for selfish intentions that y'all check out the most recent episode of his podcast. There's a very attractive young lad on there talking movie soundtracks with him. First, I'm gonna bring up something that's not even what it might make his way into movies eventually, but it's not movie related. What's y'all favorite Cole Bernie meme? Nick, go ahead.
My favorite one?
Yes, there's millions. Pick one.
I love all, I don't know, for some reason it makes me laugh every time somebody puts it on an album cover. Like, it doesn't matter what album, but it's funny every time.
The J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar that were money.
The J. Cole one made me laugh really hard. So far it's still funny. Like, it's one of those memes, It's like, it hasn't died yet. Like, eventually it'll get really tired.
I've tried to share as many as I've seen.
Yeah, but not yet. So I like those ones.
Eric?
They're still coming.
Man, there's so many, but I have to. Damn, I don't know. Yeah, the album cover ones are some of the most creative ones, which is funny. But I think I have to go with the Studio Ghibli one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The studio, but man, it's just so many of them. I'm having a hard time. It's just a flood of.
Did y'all see R2-D2 instead of Princess Leia's message?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was amazing.
Right.
Oh man.
And I shared him on the little plastic pizza table.
Yeah, had my.
That was hilarious. The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, in my seat. He's in my seat.
Leonard, he's in my spot.
Oh man.
It's like an exercise in like show just everybody has time on their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's like how do we do these things so fast? People have already made crochet ones and like gotten tattoos.
Yeah, we can talk about that off the mic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think one of the funniest ones, and the actual, I think it's even funnier because the actual actress posted it herself, is the strip scene from True Lies, Jamie Lee
Yeah.
Curtis.
Yeah, that was great. Rosario Dawson shared him sitting in front of the Quick Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, that was in black and white.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith shared that one too.
It's funny every time.
I swear.
Power of the internet, that's just amazing.
Okay, literally, like 10, 15 minutes ago, the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer came out. This is the first movie that looks like it must be seen in theaters. Mm-hmm. I don't think, like, of course, if you can't get to a theater, it'll be available on HBO Max. As opposed to No Time to Die, Quiet Place 2, and the other half dozen movies that got pushed back because they don't have a release plan that everybody shit on Warner Brothers for having.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out at the end of March. And you can watch it at home or you can go see it in the theater. And I think it looks crazy fun. Like I told Eric before we hit record, they had Godzilla looking like Conor McGregor last night. Eric, what you think about it?
Like still letting it digest, but from just first glance, I love it. I think it's great. Like I told you off mic, I'm gonna have to go to a premium cinema to see that one.
Yeah.
It looks, like awesome.
Yeah. Nick? My bad, Eric, was you done?
I don't know if I'm nuts about the rap song in the background.
Yeah, I kind of said that the whatever the hell song it was, that song when they started fighting in the trailer.
So if they pause mid fight and just start rapping, that won't be corny.
It becomes like a rap battle.
And then Gojira and Mothra just come in the background.
Yeah. Oh, shit. But like, other than that, like, it's great. Like, I don't know. There's just people like, wow, who even wants this movie? And I'm like, you were high off your ass if you aren't like excited for Godzilla versus. People that are like, I would rather it be the portrait of the lady on fire versus Eraserhead. And it's like, no, that's stupid. Like, no, it's gonna be great.
Dude,
the cast is great. It's gonna be great. Like, even if it's not great, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun, yeah.
Not a good movie, it's gonna be Godzilla and King Kong fighting each other.
Man, people are so yeah.
Like it's already happened. It was great.
People are so fickle though. Like, King of the Monsters got like subpar overall reaction, so people have checked out of this entire universe. It's like, bro, like the original Godzilla. Maybe he wasn't in it that much. Maybe Eric, maybe Eric thinks that it was
still a good movie.
Godzilla had a cameo.
It's a nitpick if anything. It's still a great movie.
I love the 2014 Godzilla.
Like Kong Skull Island was awesome.
Yeah, Kong Skull Island is incredibly fun.
But I think I thought that was like the best of them so far.
Yeah.
So,
and King of the Monsters was good to me.
Yeah, like none of them have been bad.
Yeah. This is a solid like shared universe. My thing, I'm shitty that when the stills were coming out and they were comparing like Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson like touching Kong's face, and then showing this is a person This little bitty
Yeah.
like is a person. It was a little 5-year-old girl.
Yeah. That's
And
still.
even then, I'm pretty sure he can grow.
Yeah, he's huge compared to Skull Island.
Right.
So they have to explain like he's been growing this whole time.
Right. And even with that, it's just like the thing I said. I even admit my own criticism is a nitpick that Godzilla wasn't in it that much, but I think that played it up as a strength more than a weakness.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's so small compared to this. Hey, a lot of years have passed. The son of a bitch grew. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I just like if there's anything, and like they're gonna do it. Like I could just tell from the trailer, but it's like I think the chief complaint with the movie so far is that you're focusing too much on the human being characters, and
For sure.
they're gonna do that again, like for sure. Like there's this massive cast of people, and like that's fine. I'm like ready for it because you might be like if it was just King King Kong and Godzilla fighting for 2 hours, that would suck too. Like
Yeah.
you'd be like, all right, let's take
Yeah,
a break.
what would happen during the downtime? You see King Kong chilling and
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
brought
it's
back they brought back like Kyle Chandler, Millie Bobby Brown. They brought back characters from the universe. So I mean,
Yeah.
there's gonna be other stuff to do.
Yeah. So I'm ready. I haven't decided 100%. Like I want to go see it in the theater, but it's free. It's free. HBO Max is free.
yeah, that's the
It's right there. It's not
that's
free
the-
for everyone. So I might just cave and just go to the theater.
And you know you're gonna have the people. What was it? Tenet. When Tenet came out, and people. Okay, so all three of us, I think, I can speak for all three of us. Say, yeah, we are. We do are a proponent of being safe in theaters.
Yes.
No,
when I
no
go into
mask,
directors
no
and stuff
mask.
like
I'm
that.
coughing, phlegming everywhere. I'm completely disgusting with no regard for other people.
And that's the best stuff. Obviously,
I'm just
we
playing.
know you're joking, but it's people like that I like that. But you know, and it's people talk about, oh, I'm not gonna die for Tenet. I'm like, man, if you're even halfway careful, just wearing a mask and staying social distancing, which the theater does automatically, you know, chances are you'll definitely be all right. I don't know who. I'm probably the one who's seen the least amount of movies since the pandemic in theaters, but each time I've done it, I felt safe and I'm taking my precautions.
Yeah.
And I don't know between you and Nick who's seen the most movies, but y'all seem all right because y'all take precaution.
The last one I saw was The Marksman last Friday, and that was the first time that I felt, because I saw it like at the earliest possible showing, and that's when the old people went. Like they were ready for Liam Neeson, and like that was the most unsafe I've felt so far, because they, not to throw every old person under the bus, but like they are the ones that are ignoring everything. Like I watched this old guy order his ticket, pick out his seat, like they flipped the screen over, he picked out his what are these ones? The guy was like, oh, you want to be on the floor? That's F10 or whatever. Like he told me, he was like, yeah, that one. The guy goes in, completely ignores the floor, goes up, asks the guy, like gets right in the guy's face, he goes, is this row F? And the guy's like, G. And instead of like doing the math and realizing G is here and F is on the floor where he said, he sat in the next row, which was supposed to be roped off, and just like sat like right behind this guy. And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you stood there and you said the floor, and the guy said the floor, and you said the floor. And I was like, that's going to be what kills movies, if anything, because the movie theaters are taking all the precautions. Like they're doing everything that they can be doing.
Yeah,
but
just the people.
That's what I'm saying. I think a part of that was why I didn't run to go see Wonder Woman, just because I was like, this will probably be the most crowded movie that's been opened so far. So I don't want to deal with that.
Dude, I gotta. There's no sports next week. We're off next week. I gotta try to get Wonder Woman in before it leaves theaters. I think today it's off HBO Max.
Man, already?
Yeah.
I thought it was the end of the month.
No, I saw the 23rd or 24th. But yeah, I saw Promising Young Woman last week, and there was like 5 people. I was the only dude.
Yeah. For the most part, that's been my like going to see stuff. There's only been like a handful of people in the theater, so it's like you want to sit distanced anyway.
Yeah.
Most people do. Like you don't want to sit beside people.
Nah, you got that one weirdo in an empty theater who will sit like 2-3 seats away.
Yeah, and sit right behind you and be like, I love Bruce Willis movies.
I think my most crowded theater was like one of those like older movies I saw, maybe Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh wow, well that's good.
I think Alien was slightly crowded. Just flexing everything that I've seen that came out 20 years ago, like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, like Tenet was crowded-ish, and like Unhinged was like crowded-ish. Like for that being like the first movie I went, I was like surprised. I was like, oh, there's some people here. And then, like, The Croods had some people.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, nothing has been, like, crazy.
Dude, Cinemark's advertising, like, Boys in the Hood and Ray next month. I'm trying to go to those. Black History Month.
Yeah, Black History Month.
Yeah.
That's why I don't, like I've said, I don't understand why Regal didn't do that. They were just playing random shit.
Next month, I'm hoping next month I can hit Judas and the Black Messiah and Tom and Jerry.
Double feature.
Yes. It's like everybody lost their shit. Like Christopher Nolan's in the news again because he might go and take his business to another studio. His movie came out. It didn't go to HBO Max, but he's just so anti HBO Max. Like Warner Brothers and AT&T came out and said for the rest of existence, all our movies are going to HBO Max and theaters. It's just this year. Other studios are still fucking in panic mode, rearranging their schedule while Warner Brothers is cashing in.
It's my only issue that like I get with it is like I just think it should cost money. Like HBO Max costs money, like a subscription. But it's like really like once you pay for it a month, you could get like a few movies a month and they're paying for themselves. I think the movies should cost like $10.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too. 10 is like the fair.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I think
it should you should have to watch it for $10 or go to the theater and watch it for $10.
I think Raya and the Last Dragon is gonna be like the Disney test run. They're gonna see how that does doing both, and then make a decision on Black Widow.
Yeah, like that's.
I'll pay the $30 for Raya. If it doesn't come to my theater, I'll go see it at the theater if it's here. But if not, I'll watch it on Disney Plus, just like I did Mulan.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm given the option, and it's like roughly the same price, I'll go to the theater. I'll give my theater money.
Yeah.
If it's free on Disney Plus, that's like it's more of a struggle. Like I don't have to move. I can pause it. So I think that to me is what, if I'm a director and I'm like, we poured all this money into this movie and now like this guy can just watch it for free and like watch it over his phone. Like you can't watch Tenet like that. I didn't even like that movie that much, but like you can't watch that movie not in a theatrical setting at least once. So I don't know. Godzilla though.
He got that uppercut quitter. I don't know if he lasts more than 15 minutes in the movie.
I was saying to somebody, I was like, if I was betting money, I don't know, I'd probably bet on Godzilla, like if it was real life. But like, King Kong's not there. Like he doesn't want to be there. Like they've clearly captured him, like they always do.
Yeah, they're trying to force him into being the equalizer.
He's got more like reason to get out. Like he wants to kick Godzilla's ass so we can go home or whatever. Godzilla will just come out of the water and like destroy a city and then like go back in the water. So I don't know. I'm going with.
And of course, I know there's gonna be a human villain because they said, oh, something's making Godzilla do this, and he's not just.
Yeah, we're the real
We're
monsters.
missing
Gotta
the
be
dude.
Charles Dance. It's gotta be him.
Didn't he
Yeah.
die? I have not rewatched that movie.
Oh no, he
He was
we
in
were just
the
talking about.
post-credit,
he came-
mid-credit scene of
Yeah,
King
there
of the
was a
Monsters.
I have not rewatched that since the theater. Mainly because I thought Godzilla vs. Kong was coming out like a year later, so I was like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Hey, it's just like everything else, man. This movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, has probably been moved like maybe 2 less times than No Time to Die.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do we think, like, real quick? Do we think these movies are gonna keep their new dates?
The world seems to. Well, it's just like last year. Like the world seems to think that the end of the year is going to be safe.
Yeah.
So who knows? It kind of blows my mind that they're already moving April. But
yeah,
they moved April pretty. I mean, they moved. I don't know. Like we thought F9 moving the whole year was an overreaction.
Yeah.
I really did. I was so pissed. At the time, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I was like, dude, no way is this going to last that long.
I want to know how Dom has a brother we didn't know about for 10 movies.
Fuck.
And, hey, Cena's not bad in The Wall. He's just laying there most of the time. But that's probably his best movie.
He's I remember he did some movie. This was, like, a long time ago. He did some, like, it was, like, a dramatic movie. But it was, like, produced by like the WWE
Trainwreck
Productions or whatever, and like he was on the cover, he was like smiling, like he was like it was like the heartwarming coach or something in some movie.
Oh wait.
Yeah, Danny Glover was in that movie too, wasn't he?
I think I know what you're talking about.
He's like on the cover, like he's Mr. Miyagi or something. Like he's like smiling. I remember like John Cena. He can't beat that role. Like, he's not an actor. But, like, now, if he did that, I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
But he's, like, grown as an actor.
Ish.
A bit. He played Ferdinand.
Can't believe you didn't get that Oscar.
You should have. There should be a voiceover Oscar.
They credited him in Ready to Run. It's called Legendary.
Legendary,
yeah.
It came out in 2010.
He's on the poster, isn't he?
Yeah. With Patricia Clarkson and Danny Glover.
Yeah, I've never remembered that from somewhere.
Waiting on Eric's Letterboxd review.
I haven't seen it.
Rats.
John Cena. I think prior to that, he had only done, like, The Marine.
Yeah, like The Marine or 12 Rounds or one of those, like, specific WWE produced movies.
Yeah.
And 12 Rounds directed by Rennie Harlan.
Yeah.
Which, as cheesy as it is, it actually was entertaining.
I remember thinking it was better than The Marine.
It is. I agree.
I remember neither movie, like, off the top of my head. I just remember them existing.
As I prep my Steven Seagal binge for tomorrow, should I watch The Marine and 12 Rounds instead? Hard no.
I know, as long as you stick with the 3-word title before 1990.
Oh yeah, my list of Steven Seagal movies is like a week long.
Yeah, I don't know if you diving into the direct to video hell of
No,
the Steven Seagal movies.
Absolutely
you
not.
Won't come back the same man.
Absolutely not.
I say stop at exit wounds.
And I am.
If you're brave, the movie he did with Ja Rule.
I was about to say, was Half Past Dead his last theatrical movie?
Well, his last starring theatrical movie.
See, like, I can tell y'all this now. Like, my wife had, like, dared me. She was like, you do all these marathons. I bet you won't do, like, a Tyler Perry marathon. I was prepped. I was ready to go. I was like, man, this dude got 22 movies, 3 weeks. I can do this. It'll suck, but I can do this. And then I bailed, like, last week. So I'm gonna do Seagal, and then I'm gonna do Van Damme. I'm gonna save Street Fighter for before Mortal Kombat, but I'm gonna do those two. And I was gonna do I found on Deadly Ground, Fire Down Below, and The Glimmer Man. I found them like on DirecTV, and I had them recorded. But then I was like, man, if I don't have time to do this and this, because I also have like this massive Nicolas Cage binge before the Unbearable Massive Talent and all of that, which that'll probably get moved, but I still want to watch what I got for him. So I had to delete the Seagal movies because there were too many Van Damme movies I really want to watch. It'll be fun though.
Oh yeah.
Unless it sucks.
I won't let it.
Unless it's just, wow, these movies haven't aged well.
No, they probably haven't.
Dennis Rodman?
Oh yeah, I got Double Team ready to go.
Okay, good.
I got Knockoff ready to go too.
Yeah. What was the Universal Soldier?
I only have the Goldberg one. I didn't get into the ones that are canon now, and I didn't get into the other kickboxer movies either.
You have the first one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
who do you think I am?
Van Damme has been in about 4, I think. And the one with Scott Adkins, which is actually decent.
I've heard that, like, I own the other sequels, but I've never watched them. But I've heard that they're actually, like, better
than the Sasha Mitchell movies.
Actual second one. Why do they even make sequels? That movie wasn't like a massive hit.
What's that?
Universal Soldier.
Now there's something that happens with that series that's weird. There's the Universal Soldier 2 and 3 with Burt Reynolds, but it's not canon to the Universal. And
Burt
Universal
Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
You were lying.
I am not.
Weren't they like TV movies?
Yeah, they were TV movies for Showtime. And they're not related directly to the Van Damme ones.
This sounds like Walking Tall with Kevin Sorbo.
It's weird. Like, you see me falling down a rabbit hole of it now.
It's
nuts.
Universal Soldier. It was just like a Terminator ripoff. But, like, it's pretty great. I always liked it. But, like, did everyone like it enough for there to be, like, 6 of them?
I guess they thought the video market did. Because Universal Soldier: The Return, I actually saw that in theaters.
Hey, I was hyped because Goldberg was in there.
Yeah.
It was like, what was the one the other day? I was looking at it. It was like Iron Eagle. Like, the movie is pretty great. Like, we're not gonna like, if you liked the movie, it was pretty great. But like, it's not great. But like, it didn't even do that well. But, like, they made like 4 sequels.
Yeah,
right. It's 4 of them.
I miss those days.
You didn't need to break the box office to get a sequel back then.
I guess.
And like, Louis Gossett Jr. was in what, all of them?
He was just Chappie. Even though he died at the end of the first one, they were like, "Fuck." Spoiler: he didn't.
For a 35-year-old movie.
Yeah, 35-year-old spoiler. He also did. You know, they just bring him back.
Okay.
All right. Enough jibber jabber. Everybody knows, everybody with access to the internet knows that Timbaland and Swiss Beats was doing a Verzuz thing to help us like push through the pandemic. 2 artists just go back and forth track for track. There's not really declared a winner, but I was just like, man, like this would be fun to flip into movies. I'm gonna get sued for like copyright or some shit. And then I did I did that one just in passing. I think I did, what was it? Paul Feig and Judd Apatow. And I was like, man, this would be like a fun podcast discussion. And like an example that I think would be good that we shared our directors last night, nobody has, like a good one would be like Ryan Coogler and like Damien Chazelle. Like they both have 3 movies. There's some corner of the world where somebody thinks like all 3 of Damien Chazelle movies are like amazing. There's some corner where everybody feels like Ryan Coogler's corner, his movies are amazing. And so I don't know, are we gonna do like a triple threat, like put your director out there, put yours, and then we just discuss? Or are y'all gonna have y'all 2 and then I'm about to just be like, here comes Quentin Tarantino with a steel chair?
I don't know, I guess. Yeah, I guess we all just name one and pick their best movies. I don't know how do we go with that.
All right, well, um, so I'm the showrunner. I'm not starting first. Nick, you started
Man,
the
that's
first.
simple.
Nick, you reacted. You did Cold Bernie first. Eric, you did Godzilla first. So Nick, you can do your first director.
All right. Changed my first director last minute today to really spice things up.
So spicy.
Yeah, this is just spicy. I'll say Ang Lee. I was thinking about directors who I think have great filmographies, but kind of somewhat like underrated to a sense. We were even talking about it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I pick Ang Lee. Am I supposed to pick his best movie?
Okay.
I don't know. Between like three.
Hulk.
I love Hulk, but no, not Hulk.
Billy Lynn.
No. It's between Crouching Tiger, Brokeback Mountain, and Life of Pi.
I was gonna say because I was running out of
Great
Ang Lee
choice.
movies that I knew weren't his best.
I want to say Brokeback Mountain, but I don't think it's as good as Life of Pi. If I'm being honest, I don't.
There's
I'm
no
gonna say Life
tiger.
of Pi. I'm gonna say Life of Pi is his best movie.
There's no literal tiger in Brokeback Mountain, and Crouching Tiger has tiger in the title.
That's true. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Life of Pi. The more I think about it, like the more
Eric.
Ang Lee movies make you cry though.
Damn,
Sissy.
that's true. I don't know. I guess I would have to go with. I guess my first pick, Martin Scorsese.
Who?
Yeah. Is he in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I've never heard of him.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. I don't know. I guess the uncultured movie person who's heard of him is always gonna attribute him to his gangster movies.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he do some movie called Taxi Driver?
Yeah, that's some movie. Inside joke, folks, which will always be funny.
Always.
Yeah, but no, he has I guess genre wise, he's very diverse, and even though he's done 18 different movies with Leo, I don't think any
18.
two of them are directly in the same genre, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Shutter Island, but that could be considered suspense horror or whatever you want to call it. What's the movie? Wolf of Wall Street. That's that's halfway a damn comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny as shit.
Yeah, and then you got drama, hard drama with The Aviator.
Get the
And just with those movies.
loads. I'm sorry.
The only thing I think of is like Gangs of New York and The Departed. I guess are both movies about gangs.
Well, technically, that's true. In different, right? And in very different time periods.
Yes.
But yeah, different movies other than that.
Mm-hmm. But no, you got I think one of his most, even though he got award recognition and accolades or whatnot, Hugo has got to be one of his most underrated movies.
I like Hugo.
You don't think, let's put on a nice movie full of children. How about that Scorsese flick?
Scorsese.
Yeah, but and I know this is probably not counting. Scorsese is a really good documentary director. A lot of people sleep on his documentary, but I guess we're sticking with feature films. And if I had to pick, it's still one of the greatest biopics I think ever is Goodfellas. And
So like I lose.
you said I lose.
If that's how this works. That's what I was thinking. Like I picked three, and I was like, well, wait, I lose.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think it'll be a winner or a loser. These are all great films.
Yeah.
I think the thing is that nobody loses. I think that's the great thing about this.
That's five.
It's for the fans.
When you watch Life of Pi and then watch
now we bring damn Uwe Boll in here. Yeah, you. There's definitely gonna be a loser. These so-called.
See, I
I'll
think
watch all of that guy's movies one day.
now if I throw my pick in there to compare like filmography, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna say Spike Lee, and then he got like countless movies that you could say are like amazing. I mean, shit, Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X. He got Mo Better Blues, Crooklyn, which Scorsese was originally gonna do. That's how he got Harvey Keitel in there. He got Game, Summer of Sam, 25th Hour, Inside Man, The Five Bloods last summer, Black Klansman. If I'm thinking my favorite Spike movies, being John Malkovich, Her, Wrong Spike.
That's funny.
No.
He Got Game is one of my all-time favorite basketball movies, and the 25th Hour is amazing. Black Klansman, obviously Black Klansman, that kind of like put him like set him back into like the mainstream where he was like getting like more recognized projects. My favorite Spike movie might be Inside Man. Fix your face, Nick.
I need to rewatch Inside Man because I know I like that movie. I wasn't even thinking of that when I was thinking of Spike Lee movie. That's funny. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's like it's like one of those good ones for sure.
Of course it is.
Is it better than Life of Pi? I don't know. I agree.
See, I've never seen Life of Pi, so I don't know.
You've never seen Life of Pi?
I've never seen Life of Pi. Sorry, dude.
Life of Pi made me cry in the theater.
Sissy.
So good.
Now that's yeah, and another question is like you mentioned.
My top three are Inside Man, Black Klansman, 25th Hour. Inside Man's number one.
We're doing the right thing?
Yeah, that's an awesome thing. Yeah, I think somebody else's. I think all of our top threes with that one director probably be totally different.
Yeah, probably. I've admittedly not seen every Spike Lee movie. There's some of his older movies that I have not seen.
I watched a lot last year, but yeah, there's still some I haven't seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, like, he went through a period, he released, like Chirac and, like, Red Hook Summer, like, those movies, like...
Yeah, it's crowdfunded.
Yeah, like, they barely got releases. And
him and Kevin Smith kind of hit that wave at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, kind of, like, with Red State and all that. And
like, Old Boy, I saw that.
Yeah.
And thank God I saw Old Boy.
Release the Spike cut.
Yeah.
Right.
#
release the Spike Lee Old Boy cut.
Release the Spike Lee joint.
Everybody loves Old Boy, and to me that is just like the weirdest story. Like,
oh yeah.
I suppose it's good in its way. Like, to me, it's just so weird. Everybody loves, like, the original. They love the story. And I'm like, what's to love about this? This is fucked up.
Yeah, the story itself, you love the movie, but the story itself.
Yeah, like, this is weird.
Up.
And they're like, don't remake it. Oh, the American, like, you're going to ruin it. I'm like, are we? Is it going to be less weird, like, in English?
It's just that, I hate that mentality.
Yeah.
Hate it because it's bad, not just because it's getting remade and great. And if anybody messed that up, like you said, it was a studio. Because even the movie, it's a Spike Lee film.
Yeah, he disowned that shit.
Yeah, because he said it's not my joint because of, and even what's his name said he like there's a better cut of this movie that exists.
Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
But is there like really?
I think so.
All the big plot points.
I mean,
it still has to hit like the marks for the story, and the story is still weird.
I'm in a wave right now where I want as much Elizabeth Olsen as I can get.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Like let's get the
Definitely an Old Boy.
let's get the director's cut of Old Boy. Yeah, that mentality irks me, man. Just like there's a remake coming of this movie, and as soon as that movie releases, people act like the original or their favorite version disappears.
That's why I kind of hate that saying, oh, this ruining my childhood. No, your childhood is what it was. Nothing's gonna change it.
That nobody went in a time machine.
I know it's figurative, but still, I just don't like it. That sounds, but yes.
It's like, no, your parents ruined your childhood.
Right.
It's a movie. Like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. They're making a Blade Runner 2. You're gonna be okay. No. It's like, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. If you don't like it, just don't ever have to watch it. Star Wars fans. Talking directly to you. Like, just don't watch them.
All right. My next director is Jay Roach.
Oh, interesting.
No, I just want to see y'all faces.
I was gonna roll with it.
Eric, start with us this time.
Alrighty, and my next director would be Hayao Miyazaki, the famed Studio Ghibli animation king. Yes,
It's true.
but yeah, and for a lot of people who know who he is, there's probably more who don't know who he is, unfortunately. And definitely, it's never too late to discover a new filmmaker. And I'm sure you all know animation is looked upon way differently, like cultural wise, in Asia. You know, we Americans, we tend to look on animation as just mostly for children, and it's hardly ever any mature type of animated movies released in America because of that reason. And
I remember I don't remember what was coming out. You brought it up. I don't remember what was coming out. It was probably like a new Pixar I was like super excited about. I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, no, I'm not watching that. I'm not a child.
Yeah,
I was Michael Jordan, The Last Dance. I took that personally.
that personally. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's just see how automatic it was, and people. That's how a lot of people are, and but that's why I'm glad some filmmakers take risks. You don't think of these filmmakers as risk takers, but they like Seth Rogen and them.
Yeah.
Sausage Party.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I love Sausage Party.
This R-rated animated movie. Mainstream animated movie, but anyway, you know, I guess it's the closed-mindedness of this American culture.
Yeah.
But now, Miyazaki, it's just so many films you can start with, but and my personal favorites would be probably
the one with Bernie.
Well, yeah, technically, yeah, that's a little take on my neighbor, Totoro. My neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, and maybe I don't know. Yeah, has Howl's Moving Castle, Castle in the Sky, Ponyo. I don't know, Nick. What do you got?
I like Spirited Away. That's become like the go-to thing. It's like you like anime, and it's like you mean like Spirited Away? Yeah, I like anime. It's like
it's not too that's a good one. I'm glad you said that. It's one that's
it's so good.
Weird, but not too weird to scare people away. Yeah, but it'll bring you in. And...
I remember the first time I watched that. I didn't have the lights on for some reason. Like I don't I didn't see it in the theater because I was like kind of young and it didn't like play wide. So it came out and I don't know. I watched it in my bedroom with the lights off. I don't know why. Maybe it was late. And it felt like I don't know, but it was almost like I was in a theater. It felt like a dream or something. I was like, this movie's so bizarre. Is this real? But by the time it was over, I was just freaking out. I loved it. So good. But all his really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to just choose, and it's sad though because now Studio Ghibli is supposedly closing.
That's so. Like that makes no sense.
Yeah. And now, if anybody wants to start with any of the early stuff, you got Kiki's Delivery Service, which is pretty cool. That's one of my more favorite. But yeah, like you said, Nick, I would have to probably choose for my number one is Spirited Away. I think that's just his top to bottom, maybe best movie, and it's real close with me with those. But my neighbor Totoro, after
I remember loving Princess Mononoke too.
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
think that was like so good.
Yeah, it's just but he's definitely for that reason. But if I had to choose one, just Spirited Away, I would go with for my number one pick.
Yeah,
Miyazaki.
My animation director doesn't have as many movies,
but they're all amazing.
But like, yeah, when you look at it, if he's going toe to toe with Miyazaki, I don't know.
So you have chosen Brad Bird.
Brad Bird. I actually thought about Brad Bird, but his filmography is like only like a couple more movies, and like half of them now are like live action. So I was like,
yeah, that's true.
I picked Pete Docter, who has directed Monsters Inc., Up, Inside Out, and Soul for Pixar, but he's also had his hand in pretty much every Pixar movie, like all of the good ones, and Howl's Moving Castle, apparently.
Yeah. I think he worked on that probably assistant.
Yeah, so kind of hard to pick what his best movie would be. I think with my ranking, I think I have Up ranked the highest.
Yeah, I'd go Inside Out.
Yeah, like, not to say that Up is definitively better than Monsters, Inc. or Soul or Inside Out. Because it's, like, not. They're all, like, kind of on par with one another. And they're all, like, among my highest rated Pixar movies.
Yeah, I think I have all his Pixar movies at a 5.
Yeah, like, or I think I have 4.5, but I just don't do 5s.
Yeah, I'm more slutty with my 5-star ratings.
Yeah. You're loose with your 5s. I think I have Up ranked the highest, mostly just because it came out first, and like I've watched it more and like let it encompass my
Chickadee check yourself.
11 years.
Chickadee check yourself.
Probably.
Up did not come out first.
Like, oh no, Monsters Inc. came out first.
There you go, buddy.
Whatever. Up is better than Monsters Inc.
No, it's not.
It's more, I don't know. So the opening sequence alone on Up is like,
yeah.
I saw Up at a movie theater. I was supposed to go see it with a big group of people, and it was me and this one other dude. He like called me. He needed a ride. He was like, "Can you pick me up on the way?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I got you."
Can you pick him up?
He and I show up to the theater. Everyone else bails. It was like a group. There's maybe like 4 or 5 more people were supposed to come. They all canceled.
Lames.
I'm like, dude, let's just go see Up. Fuck it. So it's like me and one other dude. We just go, and like we're both sitting there like trying so hard like not to cry. Like we're like on the verge of like, you good, dude? And he's like, yeah, I'm all right. You good, dude?
I saw Up with my sisters.
Yeah. So we had a diverse group of people, and they all bailed. And I'm like, how much does life suck for them that they bailed and see?
Conspiracy.
Nah, man, that intro, the opening credits of Monsters Inc., like that sitcom-y intro, like always like sets the tone for me. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I love Monsters. Like, I could redo my Pixar ranking and like move a ton of stuff and be like, that's fair. That's still right. Like,
well, you should, because The Incredibles is way too low.
Yeah, I could go on and on about. I think The Incredibles is like the most overrated Pixar movie.
You're the most overrated Pixar movie.
Fuck you, dude.
Podcast over. Nick got offended.
Yeah, I guess I picked Up.
I don't know. There's something about Inside Out. There was something about Inside Out. It was just so fucking special to me.
Like, it's like all these movies have like something in it that just tugs your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like, it just kills you at some point. Like, oh.
Like,
even Monsters Inc., which I think is the least like that, it's still like, by the end, you're like,
emotional, yeah.
no.
Even Soul, we gotta show love to Soul. Like, that was like all our favorite movie of 2020.
Soul is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everything about Soul like worked, and I'm just like, yeah, it's gotten to the point now. Like we talked about, like, you know, how he just keeps doing these Pixar movies like over time. It's like now I'm excited. Like whatever he does next, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
I can't wait till 2025 and P. Doctor does another Pixar movie.
Yeah. So I don't know if he beats Miyazaki in the Verzuz, but it's quality.
Yeah, it's just,
I'd say quality over quantity, but it's not like Miyazaki has like anything that's not quality either.
Yeah, that's
good.
It's all about what your flavor is.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean about it's no losers in this thing. Only winners.
No, this is the Verzuz battle. Somebody has
All right, well,
loses.
this is where I'm pulling the surprise rabbit out the hat. Last night I told y'all Brad Bird, but my animation directors, and I don't even know if they're really animation directors, but they've directed animated movies, are Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Anybody that had anything to do with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they're considered animation directors.
All right, well.
And they did the Lego movie, right?
Yeah. They got the original Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I think they produced 2.
Definitely.
They did both Jump Street movies. Mm-hmm. And then yeah, they directed the Lego movie. I think they produced the Lego Batman movie. And they produced Spider-Verse. And they have I don't know if it's called Connected or The Mitchells versus the Machines, but it's like the next Sony animation movie that Netflix just picked up that looks hilarious.
Yeah, they changed the title.
Like twice.
The Mitchells versus whatever.
Yeah. And I don't know if the machines are going to attack or if it's just like a family trying to like not be on their technology all the time. And it's like both Jump Street movies are hilarious for like their live action movies.
You're right.
I'm still like bitter that we're never going to get to see their Solo.
Yeah. They were playing around with Disney.
Yeah.
Disney killed them.
And it's like everything that they literally direct is gold. Like I love all 4 of their movies. Like over the past 10 years, like Channing Tatum discovering what Jonah Hill did with Ice Cube's daughter is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dope Disney. I guess that whole thing, they just didn't like their filmmaking style, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But nobody bats an eye when Taika Waititi does the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Improvisation style of filmmaking with you know.
Yeah.
But anywho.
That's what I was saying. Like, what I've always wondered, like, what was Edgar Wright trying to do with Ant-Man that they were like, no.
Yeah, it was actually the other way around with that one.
Or vice versa. Like, what was happening that they like couldn't see eye to eye on an Ant-Man movie?
I think it's pretty simple. People forget if you go back, and here's our trademark
tangent.
Well, yeah.
No, people forget how early that movie was in development.
Like 07.
And how early on Edgar Wright was involved in it.
I think like 07.
Yeah, he got all the way up to like almost filming. He casted the movie. You know, he wrote the movie. But this is before they decided they were going to do the universe.
Yeah.
And Edgar Wright didn't want to do that.
That's what I always thought the disconnect was, that somebody didn't want it connected to the MCU.
Yeah, he
wanted to be his own thing.
Like, we're going to have the opening, have Hank Pym and Peggy and all these people, and he's like, no, Peggy.
Yeah, but I understand. I mean, look at all the directors that came and just didn't agree. Ava DuVernay, the other directors who were there and left. But anywho, that's a good pick though, Lord and Miller.
Yeah, my favorite movie of theirs is
Academy Award winning.
Yeah.
Lord and Miller.
I think the Lego movie was like a game changer, man. Like people forget.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was so cool. And I think two kind of suffered because they didn't direct.
Yeah, I agree.
It was still good, but it just wasn't as strong.
I like two. I like all the Lego movies so far.
Yeah.
Now that they aren't making them, I'm kind of like, oh.
Right. But, hold on.
Listen.
All right. I guess we got our last round of directors. Does that mean I have to go first?
Yes.
Yeah, I was literally waiting for an answer. My last director is Christopher Nolan. Out of all the directors I picked, this is the only director that's actually in like my top 3 favorite. Nick stole one, and I don't know. I'm kind of anticipating Nick to. Did I say Eric stole one? I'm anticipating Nick to steal the other one.
Which one did I steal?
You stole Scorsese. I'm using Nolan, and I mean, like, every one of his movies has something to love.
Yes.
I don't even know what people would like say is their like least favorite Nolan movie. Not counting Following, because I feel like the masses really haven't seen Following. So starting with Memento.
Following is cool.
Going through to Tenet. I add the extra in when I say it because I'm stupid. Yeah, like Tenet has stuff to like, even if it confuses the fuck out of you. Dunkirk is probably like my second to least favorite, and it's still cool. My 3 favorite movies from Christopher Nolan are The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and The Prestige, edging out Inception. But it's like all his movies are like creative and fun and exciting and worth the theater experience because he hates HBO Max. Yeah, dude, like The Dark Knight is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how many times we've discussed The Dark Knight on the show. But it's like everybody loves The Dark Knight.
It's never not good. That's one of those.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the standard. To me, I don't know. You know, a lot of people probably think.
I think he's one of the few directors to not have any bad movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Even Spielberg has bad movies.
Well, we'll get to your pick in a minute, sir.
I guess that's true. Tenet is not a bad movie.
Yeah, confusing doesn't equal bad.
It's Tenet. Following is not a bad. Following is kind of cool.
Tenet.
Tenet.
You gotta hit the net. Tenet.
Tenet.
It's Tenet.
Following is cool. I think Memento is like underrated.
Super.
I don't know if it's underrated, but like the grand scheme of things, like that and Insomnia, I think are just really great movies.
The Prestige is underrated.
Prestige isn't my favorite, but I like it. To me, I think the Prestige is better. Like if you have no idea, like going in, I caught the twist like immediately.
It's the Prestige. It's not the twist. It's the Prestige.
Well, like, yeah, the Prestige. It's not even like I like noticed if there's any. I don't know if I should be vague. I don't know if anybody's not seen the Prestige.
Dude, it's 15 years
Let's
old.
talk about it.
Yeah, it's 15 years old. They've had time.
Well, like the dude, you know, first off, Christian Bale has a twin brother. Okay, or like whatever. To me, that's like the laziest shit in the world. So many movies do that. But okay, whatever. But throughout the movie, his twin is disguised as like the other guy, and it's so clearly Christian Bale, like wearing glasses. And I caught that like the first time I watched it. I like caught that like after seeing him like 2 times. I was like, why doesn't that guy talk? He's like in every scene, but he's just like there, like. Right. Like, and I was just like, why didn't that guy talk? Oh, because it's Christian Bale and a mustache.
Yeah.
Like, I totally, and then rewatching it, I was like, did I miss something? Is this supposed to be, like, rugged from the floor and I just, like, missed it?
Yeah. But what's also cool is that they don't just hang on that, which is, I agree with you, but they have their sci-fi aspect of it with the machine.
Yeah.
Which is, which you don't necessarily
It's a really
expect.
good movie. Like, not to say that it's bad. Like, it's a pretty great movie, and it's like great performances.
But that's interesting to catch twist and see how it's gonna play out and see if you're right.
Yeah, like
There's
I
very
caught
few
that.
movies.
That's just him.
Yeah, and I think there's like people. I think most people that say they caught the Sixth Sense twist is lying.
Oh yeah.
My dad did. I saw that in real time.
I believe my brother did also. I didn't. My brother's such a nerd. He actually wrote it down, just so he wouldn't think.
But it's so good if you don't catch it to go back and rewatch it. Like, oh my god, look, she don't even talk to him at the dinner table. Like that's, but like she talks, but she's like looking down. Anyway,
I can't find a coin. I was gonna spin a coin and tell Nick that he was watching closely.
But yeah, that's even Nolan's, I guess, not so good movies better than other directors' best movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which movies are his not so good movies
Kind
though.
of low. Like that's an awesome movie.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Insomnia is so good.
Dude, Insomnia is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But The Dark Knight, yeah, that would be my number one as well.
Yeah. Batman Begins, the GOAT origin story. Reboot.
I got Dunkirk at like number 2. I don't know though. Because I think like I don't know. In terms of what I would rather watch, like Batman Begins is probably 2, and then like Dark Knight Rises is probably 3. Like just like what I would rather watch. Like I don't want to sit and watch Inception all the time.
And shout out to Interstellar.
Oh yes.
See, Interstellar to me, I think is overrated. If he has an overrated movie, I think it's Interstellar.
Yeah, still a great movie.
There's great stuff in it.
Yeah, I give you that.
Like
think
there's great
Inception
stuff.
is his best movie to me.
Inception.
Yes.
He's probably got the
Inception's
hardest
so
filmography for me to pick an overrated movie.
Yeah. The Dark Knight is definitely overrated.
You tripping?
The Dark Knight Rises. Is it overrated though? I feel like everyone kind of feels.
The Dark Knight Rises.
You think it's overrated? I think
bad. It's not. It. But then again, coming from a movie being a sequel to The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing.
I feel like everyone kind of agrees on like how good The Dark Knight Rises is.
Yeah. But you know what happened? Unfortunately, real life messed with what the movie was gonna be. You know, and you're kind of put in a corner with The Dark Knight Rises. You know, coming from you want to respect Heath Ledger, his legacy, and the character. You don't want to, and the route that they took. You know, anything they done was gonna be criticized.
For sure.
You know, so no, The Dark Knight Rises. I don't think it's I think it's just a really good movie. I don't think it's overrated.
I was gonna say the fact that it's not like a disaster.
Yeah.
Based on, there's so many plot holes in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, that's why I come with it.
Plot hole ridden movies. Like once I like watched it a couple times and dissected it, like I could go on and on about
and that's
how
my thing.
Like the plane sequence makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever that they're trying to make it look like a plane crash, but like the wings are gonna be like a couple like 50 miles away for that. It makes no sense.
No, but brother. Like one of us has to be found in the wreckage.
Yeah, and like they do like the blood transfusion, but it's like if these bodies are like charred to a crisp, but they're not going to check the blood, they're probably going to check his medical records.
And that's what
anyway.
No, you're right. Said everything I'm thinking.
Dude, if Nolan wasn't Nolan though, had it been like Schumacher, some random ass director, they'd have recast the Joker and pushed forward.
Yeah,
that's been like.
Because let's be honest.
Give credit for that.
Let's be honest. Warner Brothers is still Warner Brothers.
But yeah, The Dark Knight, and that's the difference between the two. Like what Nick was talking about, for a great movie, each time you watch it, each subsequent time you see a great movie, it gets better. You notice something different. If it's something layered or blah blah blah. But with The Dark Knight Rises, you start to notice the flaws.
It gets worse. Yeah.
Each subsequent
time I saw it in the theater,
it's not Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
No.
But it doesn't get to the point where it becomes bad. You just notice flaws start to become more apparent.
Dude, there's so many things in Dark Knight Rises.
But
like it's like really when you dissect it, it's like insane.
The cop out complaint about The Dark Knight Rises is How did he get from the pit to Gotham City in so little time?
I would defend.
How?
I'll tell you, because they said that they set the clock is for several, the countdown clock.
Yeah.
They never give a specific time how long it took him to get back. Also, Batman Begins explains his resources to get from one place as far away to another. Training with
But like, he doesn't have anything. It's not like they left him with his passport, his visa, and like his driver's
license. That's the point. Batman is resourceful. You know, that's what everybody else would do with the passport and this and that. But he's Batman.
But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce?
Yeah, he has the skills to do that. I think that's the part.
But
and no clear time frame is given, and I think that's what people are putting together, assuming themselves like, "How you get there in 2 days? Who said it was 2 days?"
Yeah. Oh no, the whole like third act is on a timer. If it wasn't, I could buy like anything. But like, it's like, meanwhile in Gotham City, you have 15 minutes left. But it's like, even if I bought that he swam to Gotham City, even if he's Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
How did he get into the city? All the bridges and everything were closed. But it's like, okay, maybe he's sneaky. He's Batman. So he got Bruce Wayne, the most famous person in the city, sneaks into the city. Okay, cool.
Well, with all this stuff happening, you know, he's not gonna really give a damn about it.
His house has been ransacked by like hobos. How'd he get in his house to shave? Because he shaves. And then he finds Catwoman and just like walks up and he's just like,
oh, like, hey, it's me.
How do you know where she was? Like, she was just going. And then,
I would stick by that though. I think that's the mystique they're trying to hold.
People walking on the ice, and they're all walking on this ice and falling through wearing normal clothes. But he's wearing his like 150.
Once again, callback. Batman Begins.
I don't know.
Fighting on top of the ice, he said, "You giving up your position for a kill." He's trained to.
But how does he not falling through with his heavy suit? And when did he have time to paint the giant mural?
Okay, that one. Like, hold on a second.
Scaffolding permits to do that. You needed like
scaffolding permits.
Non-stop gasoline.
Let's just pretend that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah. No, let's ask the real damn question, which nobody should be able to defend. Why do they send every single goddamn cop?
Every one of them.
Every single one of them. Not 10 left behind the guard, the tunnel. Y'all send, let's all go down there. The rest of the crime in the city will be on pause.
Hey,
it's not a good movie.
But Matthew Modine.
He was the one that stayed home, and he was like, oh. I mean, he wasn't the one idiot cop that didn't go down.
Oh, man.
Like, it's not a good movie. Like, it's a bad movie. But, like, it's good. Like, it's entertaining. Like, you don't really notice it on first watch.
And that's the genius of it. It's still entertaining. And you can't say, man, the hell with that movie. I hated that. That's
my whole thing. It's like, he's in, like, India or whatever in this hole. And they got the TV down there playing Gotham City News. That's crap. And, like, you know, first off, it's like, why would there even be a prison that you could climb out of? It's like, that it's a hole, and it's like, wow, it gives you hope. It's like, that's stupid, because one guy is going to climb out of there. And then a child does it. At what point are you like, you know what, a child climbed out of this hole, maybe we should put a tarp over it, or something. Like, we have Batman here, you don't think Batman is going to climb out of the hole?
We are falling down, the Batman Begins. Batman, Dark Knight Rises.
At least we're still on topic. At least we're technically still on topic.
Yeah.
But that's just my point. Each subsequent time you watch it, you start to do just what we're doing. And, you know, that just doesn't happen. But yeah, Christopher Nolan, though, still, I would still give him that title. No, because if Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, you're going to watch The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises is still probably middle of my Christopher Nolan ranking. As dumb as it is. I'm like,
but you know what?
More entertaining than some.
People complain. Well, some people do. The ending to Inception, when he cut away.
My wife hates the ending of Inception. she needs that definitive answer.
That's the thing. Most people do, and I think that's the genius of him not giving it. But somewhere, I guarantee you, one of the battles that Christopher Nolan has lost, I think we talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Knight Rises, I guarantee you, Christopher Nolan wanted to end The Dark Knight Rises ambiguously.
Just with the explosion.
No, I mean, not with that. With that, and with Alfred looking up.
Oh.
Yeah. That would have been so much better.
Yeah.
And him seeing something, and it just cut to black.
Warner Brothers was like, no,
better.
show Bruce. Show Bruce with Selena.
Yeah, we gotta hold the audience's hand.
It makes no sense. He's just sitting there with his hot chick sipping. That's like Elon Musk just sitting somewhere and nobody noticing.
So I guarantee you,
cooking up trigonometry albums for baby names.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that has to be a fact that the type of guy, that stubborn guy that he is, and
if you're not gonna give us a cash grab fourth movie, then you got to give us this ending.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my thing.
Robin. And like, what I'm supposed to believe, Robin is just gonna be by himself. Yeah. What's the point of calling him Robin? Like, he should just gone up there. Like, oh, what's this? It's like, oh, I like your name, Robin. Fuck that.
And you can tell that's an obvious. What did you say, Nick?
Like, his name was never Robin. Like,
yeah.
You can tell that was an ADR moment.
Like, it's cute. Like, it was cute. Yeah. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Cool. But then, then you start thinking, like, fuck, he could have just.
But that gave every lame with an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter fan page. Well, they can just spin off and give Joseph Gordon-Levitt his own franchise.
No, Robin the
no,
movie?
Dude.
It's a Robin the movie.
No, dude.
Yeah. I don't want that. Like, if they'd have not done that, they could have. It'd have been like, oh, he'd be Nightwing or like the next Batman or something. But like, no, he's Robin now.
Yeah.
You did it. Push him in a hole.
His name was what, like John Blake? Like, there was no like ominous nod to like Tim Drake or Dick Grayson or anybody else.
That movie sucks.
This discussion has pushed Nick to hate The Dark Knight Rises.
Bane goes into the fucking like the stock market place.
Fuck that movie.
And like shoots everything up and steals everyone's money. And like then everyone in the world is broke. And it's like, isn't there something they could do? Like they know that they didn't lose this money.
Yeah, real life. Even what happened to Bruce, that wouldn't happen for real.
Yeah.
The stock market happened to get robbed, and all of a sudden Bruce gets that wouldn't happen. There's systems in places that prevent the exact thing like that from happening.
It's like, I saw her steal my fingerprints.
Yeah.
It's like you saw in the news this guy in the mask theatrically went in and took all of the money, and he announced it as he was doing it. No, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
No, then everybody's like broke. It's like, oh my god, he's broke. And his back is broken.
Yeah, the glue.
All right, man, let's move on before I start to hate The Dark Knight Rises.
Shit. It's bad.
Nick, reveal this swap that you just made.
Oh no, my swap was Ang Lee. I'm not gonna swap this one out, but it's gonna be hard to pick the favorite.
Yeah.
But Eric's third. Eric showed me his three, and then I tried to pick three that were comparable, but I don't know. Robert Zemeckis.
Oh shit, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got some amazing movies.
Right? Like, people are acting like he's fallen off because, he hasn't directed, like, a masterpiece in,
Bro,
like, 20 years.
it's the what have you done for me lately? Like, Welcome to Marwen got, like, subpar reviews, so he's trash now.
It was bad.
Idiots.
That's really, though, like, looking at his filmography.
Oh, but I guess he did The Witches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he did The Witches, which was okay. Like, some people acted like it was, like, trash. Like, it was fine. It just wasn't, like, top tier. Welcome to Marwen was not a good movie. That's like one of the only ones in his whole thing that I like saw and was like.
And how about this? When we say not good, now there's two types of. There's terrible. There's bad. Probably let's put it like this: okay, bad, and just terrible. You know what I mean? That scale. Yeah.
There's The Dark Knight Rises, not good, and then there's Welcome to Marwen.
Horrible. No, I would say it was like bad. Like, it wasn't god awful, like claw my eyes up, but like it was not a good movie.
No.
Like, I was watching it, I was like, there's more bad about it than good. But he also in the last, he did Flight with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Great movie. He did
Flight is amazing.
Yeah,
The Walk is underrated.
Super duper underrated.
The Walk is underrated.
Very underrated. and he did Allied with Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard.
I thought that was
I thought
fine.
was good.
Yeah.
Like a good movie, like an honest to God, like a movie. Like I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Then he went on his thing in the early 2000s with
his animated movies.
Yeah.
like weird animated movies.
Yeah.
That were kind of hit and miss.
Did he do anything
But,
in
like,
between those? Or was it
not
just
really.
Polar Express, Beowulf, Christmas Carol?
He did those 1, 2, 3, and then Flight was 2012.
Okay.
I'm kind of a sucker for the Polar Express. I really like the
I
Polar
love that. That's one of my top Christmas movies.
We should have got Flight
I
in CGI.
I saw that movie in the theater on Christmas Eve, like with my family, and like almost cried. Like there was something about, like I was like, oh,
It's a good movie, man.
magic.
I'm not a big Polar
It's never
Express
been
fan.
that
Sorry.
good since.
But you don't hate it, right? Randy?
No, like when
And
I
give you this, hell, I think Beowulf was pretty good.
when I started committing to the Christmas binge every year and like got really active on Letterboxd, like I think the first year I couldn't squeeze in Polar Express. The second year I fell asleep, and then the third year I finally knocked it out. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I saw Beowulf. Beowulf came out my senior year of high school while we were reading Beowulf.
That's cool.
Me and my buddy like sweet talk our teacher into giving us extra credit if we went and saw the movie. So
That
like,
you were gonna see anyway.
See Beowulf. And like the stuff in the movie is different than the story. Like it's implied that Grendel is Beowulf's child, and like that's not in the book. But we were like watching it in the theater. We were like, "That's so much better." Like he banged the Angelina Jolie. Like that's so much better than the book. So I had fun with Beowulf.
And then you got the wrong answers on the test.
But look at all the good movies you've named so far. You haven't even got back into the 90s yet.
Right?
But yeah, these are his shitty movies. Like that's what I'm saying. Like my least favorite of his animated ones was the Christmas Carol, because like A Christmas Carol is my dad's like favorite thing about Christmas. He'll watch any version of A Christmas Carol, and so when this was coming out, like everyone was super excited. We like got the family together and like went and saw it. And to me, it's like a ho hum rendition of A Christmas Carol, but like it's still good.
What's your
like,
dad's stance on the night before?
Yeah.
No, I want an answer.
Wait, what?
What's your dad's stance on the night before?
I don't think he's ever seen it.
It counts.
Does it?
It counts. Michael Shannon gives him weed of Christmas past, present, and future.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, it's Scrooge.
Oh, that is what they do in the car. Oh shit, I've never thought of that. I'm gonna tell my dad to watch it next year. Okay, I've got the best Scrooge for you.
I need feedback.
But like, you go to Robert Zemeckis in the '80s.
All money.
For real, like
maybe not
he
all.
did a couple movies, but like it starts with like Romancing the Stone, which is a pretty great movie.
Don't forget Used Cars.
Yeah, he did. I Want to Hold Your Hand, Used Cars, Romancing the Stone. Like made a name for himself.
And then after that, nobody knows what he did. He just fell off the face of the earth.
He fell into obscurity and didn't do anything. He did Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3, Death Becomes Her, Forrest Gump, Contact, What Lies Beneath, and Castaway. Yeah. All before.
Not hearing any duds.
And what's cool about that? He started filming Castaway. They went on a break. Then he shot What Lies Beneath. Released that before Castaway, and then Castaway came out after.
Tom Hanks had to lose the weight, right?
Yeah, he had to lose the weight.
And that's a lot of people keep talking about. It's like, oh, he fell off or
that's
whatever.
A grind.
He's not good, and it's like, I don't know. With a filmography that stacked,
that's a pretty big flex.
You can take a break and like direct, some ho hum movies for years. In my opinion.
You mentioned one from the early 90s. And it's sad because this will probably never happen. And I think the footage probably got lost in that big Universal Studios fire. So if you watch the trailer for Death Becomes Her, you will notice that Tracy Ullman was in the trailer. I don't know how well you all remember the actual movie.
It's been a while since
I probably saw that shit when I was like
thinking
7.
about it the other day.
But it's they totally re-edited the theatrical version of the movie. They deleted several characters, including Tracy Ullman's character. It was supposed to be a lot darker, but these things are in the trailer. But it's surprisingly that the movie came out as good as it was with the amount of stuff that they cut.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just supposed to be super dark with just a bunch of people. Y'all have seen the movies, even though you don't remember it that well, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So the movie was supposed to play like a bunch of people were just like getting killed off, and they had to hide them. People were popping up, and they had to protect the potion and this and that. And the theatrical version of the movie, they just really scaled it back to just involve the handful of characters that it did. But I don't know why they did it, but yeah, we'll probably never ever see that version of the movie.
Stupid
Right.
studio.
But yeah, it's Zemeckis. Anybody who directed Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like he's, I mean, it's comparable to Spielberg. Like I think if anybody has like, because he doesn't. There's no like one type of movie. It's not like, you know, he did Back to the Future and then didn't just do sci-fi movies for 20 years. Like, you know, but when you hear Zemeckis, it's like, oh, Zemeckis is directing Disney's Pinocchio movie coming out. I'm like, I can see that. Like, I could see him doing something cool.
Yep.
As far as his best movie, I think his best movie is Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
My favorite movie ever, like my favorite movie, and it's like sucks because it used to be a unique answer when I was a child, and now it's not, is like I love Forrest Gump. Like, like now that's like not cool to say. Like now you say it and it's like, oh yeah. Well,
yeah, unfortunately, it's still a great movie.
You like Forrest Gump? Oh wow, shocker! But it's like, it came out when I was like 5, and like I immediately as a child thought, I was like, this is the best movie of all time. This is the best movie I've ever seen. I love this.
I wish.
I grew up with that as like my favorite movie.
Bernie was on the bench with Forrest too.
No, Bernie, but like no, like I used to like I had the Bubba Gump hat, and like I used to turn on the soundtrack and just run around in the backyard. Like I was all about Forrest Gump.
I just kept running.
Yeah. It's a tie for me between Forrest Gump and Back to the Future. It's like one is probably the best, but the other one is like the favorite. So
yeah. And I wish y'all were just a tad bit older.
I wish you were a tad bit older.
93 and 94 probably defined what is the years that transformed young me into a cinephile. Seeing these movies in theaters, going from Jurassic Park and Nightmare Before Christmas, then going to seeing Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption in the same year, within months of each other. And what's the other one? Quiz Show. And you know
the one movie I remember seeing in theaters in 1994 was The Lion King.
And The Lion King. Even that, you know, it was just a hell of a year, 94. But I guess it's my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I was going to choose Steven Spielberg.
So that's why I chose Zemeckis, because I was like, he's comparable.
Hold on, man. I'm the only one allowed to pull surprise, switch up, rabbit out the hats. Are you bailing on Spielberg?
We were, just for this, and because I was thinking, we will be here for another 2 hours talking about Spielberg's 30-plus movies.
Let's do that.
Right.
Like, I know my favorite.
The answer is Jurassic Park.
But also, I did that for a reason. His huge filmography compared to the person I'm about to actually officially put on the list.
Oh, he's bringing out U-Bowl.
Shit. He also has a huge filmography. I don't know if you've ever looked at. No. He directs a lot of movies.
Now, this person, former music video director,
Michael Bay. Bring on the Bayham.
Now, he has officially 11 feature films as a director. I officially only count 10 of them because the way the studio did him. They basically threw him under the bus, and he doesn't even acknowledge his first official theatrical movie which he shouldn't. It wasn't his fault.
Okay, I know where we're going.
Any new director would have taken this movie, but Kevin Smith doesn't get. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I didn't fall for that. Nice try, though.
So, Randy, who is it I'm talking about?
David Fincher.
Oh, what was that?
David Fincher.
No.
Are you serious?
It's David Fincher.
Okay.
No,
it's I did fall for that. That was good.
No, David Fincher. And I'm talking about Alien 3, the movie where 20th Century Fox threw him under the bus.
Alien.
He didn't get to make the film he wanted to make. They were rewriting the movie as he was making it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any fault of his talent as a director that movie was what it was.
Alien 3 is Fincher's old boy.
Yeah, and so officially starting with the movies he had. I mean, look at the big gap between Alien 3 and 7. How many years was that?
3.
3. That's a long time. In movie years when you're not, because he was purposely taking off time because it didn't take that long to make 7.
Oh, compared to Gone Girl and Mank?
Well, true. That's true. I'm working up to that. But yeah. So 7. 7 is what it is. I think that's great, fantastic.
It's odd that 7 is number 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
I think I have 7 as
and it's the reason I chose Fincher and not Spielberg. I wanted to speak on the quality versus quantity thing.
Yeah.
And even his, I don't know what you guys think about. So I'm gonna go to some of his favorites: 7, Fight Club, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and Social Network.
All flirt with amazing.
Yes, and even his other movies, his lower, I think, underrated movies, The Game. And you got, and his number 1 underrated movie,
Panic Room.
Zodiac. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is a fantastic damn film.
Awesome. Yep.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
What's that?
I said Panic Room. Y'all said Zodiac.
And I'm going all these. Panic Room. And remember I mentioned Nolan about having no bad movies. I think Fincher you could put on his list.
Yeah.
Even with Mank.
I would say even with Alien 3.
Yeah, you know what? Alien 3, for what it was, the production troubles with that, for it to not be just downright not the worst Alien movie says a lot.
Yeah, I don't hate Alien 3. Yeah. It's better than both Alien versus Predators.
Yeah, definitely.
And Resurrection.
Maybe.
No. Resurrection is ass cheeks.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I need to
biggest ball drop.
Like 4 years. I want to rewatch because I don't watch the sequels very often.
I want y'all to tell me this. I think it was Sony. I think the biggest mistake, because executives and movie studios are so greedy, because the movie wasn't a hard flop. But
Zodiac?
What's that?
Zodiac?
No, not that one.
Okay.
The movie, they should have let him finish. I guess what would have been a trilogy. The girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah. I always wanted him to finish those.
Everybody did.
Yeah. I don't get why they didn't just do it. I mean, I guess I get it.
And they did the other one, which sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw that.
It was okay, but like it was like a different.
Yeah, it wasn't
different vibe. Like.
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't trash, but compared to Fincher's, it was.
I compared it to the second Sicario movie, which I thought was good.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah,
Sony again.
But it wasn't the first one.
Completely different than the first one.
Yeah.
It was like the story was like simpler and. Like,
so the type of movie that the girl with the dragon tattoo was, he didn't. I don't know if Sony was Sony.
Yeah.
I don't think that they expect that to be a $500 million grossing movie.
Probably so.
I mean, it's not the type of movie that makes that type of money.
Released on Christmas.
It made $232 million total.
Sounds like a hit to me.
It's not a flop.
How much did it? I mean, it couldn't have cost that much to make.
It cost $100 million to make.
But see, that's my thing. It's like you got to look at that movie and think, like, what did we spend that money on? Like, the scenery, it's all snow. Like, there's nothing happening. It's not like they went to these big lavish locations. It's like it's all snow. It's like, look outside, snow.
I mean, how much did Fincher and Daniel Craig and a lot of the cast like try to call for? How much did they get paid?
That's gotta be it. Yeah, like that's
and of course Fincher's, I guess, meticulous nature.
Fincher coming off Social Network probably commanded a high dollar.
Definitely. But yeah, even that the Social Network, that movie, it could have been in any other hands other than Fincher and who's the writer?
Sorkin.
Sorkin.
That movie could have been just really generic and terrible. And they would have focused on just, Facebook and not the characters and
just
even though but no, and Gone Girl. It's a fantastic filmography, even though it's very small comparative-wise to other filmmakers. But my number, I would have to go with. I gotta go with the Zodiac. I know it's a crazy dark horse pick.
It's good. It's a good movie. It's. I would say it's his most underrated.
Yeah, I would.
It's good.
Definitely his most underrated. And before I finalize it, and Curious Case of Benjamin Button, you all seen that, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And you all talking about Up and all that, and being sad and crying, having a movie. That's a movie. If I watch that movie, I can't watch the ending. That's some sad shit.
Yeah. I like Benjamin Button too. Benjamin Button is the most like, if he has one movie that doesn't feel like a Fincher movie,
that's not Mank.
That's it. Well, even Mank is like real talky and like like Benjamin Button. I feel like is the most, and like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just full.
It feels like a Robert Zemeckis movie.
It feels like somebody else like Spielberg could have directed Benjamin Button, and it would have been similar, like the vibe, like the tone.
Right. It speaks to his versatility as a director. But I probably have to go with that. But I don't know. I'd probably have to say his best movie is definitely Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just that movie holds up, and it's just fantastic. But Spielberg, we would have been. Spielberg is Spielberg.
I know my favorite Spielberg movie.
Well, hell, why not? What is it?
Oh, E.T.
E.T.
E.T. That's my number one. I think that's his.
Eric
that
Thompson.
Like, encompasses everything he does as a director. It's like it's sci-fi, but it's also like a family drama. It's like it's all heart. It's like exciting. That's just to me. That's a perfect movie.
Yeah, you can't argue that. What would yours be, Randy?
Okay, the right answer is Jurassic Park. His most underrated is Catch Me If You Can, followed closely by Hook.
I'll give you Catch Me If You Can. I would say. Yeah. Is that his most underrated one? Probably.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah. I mean, like, in terms of, like, it being, like, a phenomenal movie.
Yes.
I think one of his more underrated is Munich.
I was going to do the Jay Baruchel yell, but I chose not to.
I like War of the Worlds, too. I was, like, a sucker for War of the Worlds when that came out. I thought that was, like, the greatest thing to ever happen to me. Munich
is Eric Bana kicking fucking ass.
Yeah. Not just kicking ass, but, like, taking names.
But no, you know what? Right.
I love that shit.
Not like Munich, but I think one of his, for some reason, you talk about War of the Worlds, Spielberg and Cruise. For some reason, Minority Report doesn't get the type of love.
Minority Report is great, too.
That might be. I was trying to think. I was like, I know there's another one that's like maybe more underrated. I don't know if it's more underrated than Catch Me If You Can, but no. I love Minority.
I've got the definitive underrated Spielberg movie. Raiders of the Lost Ark. No, I'm just
underrated. Yeah,
right. I think Raiders is probably my number 2.
Yeah.
Because Indiana Jones is like a big deal to me.
Yeah.
But like, it's not as good as E.T. Like, we're lying to ourselves. E.T. is like a perfect movie.
E.T. is really good.
But yeah, Minority Report. I love Minority Report.
Yeah. I'm the only one of us that holds Ready Player One that high, I think.
I liked Ready Player One a lot.
Yeah.
I forget where it is in my ranking.
Yeah.
But
I think I've got it like 9 or 10.
Another one that I don't know if it holds up like in terms like 10 years later, but I thought War Horse was like really good.
Yeah.
It's a little like sentimental, like it's a little like but like it works. That's what sucks. Like when a movie is like yanks your heartstrings, but like it works. Like I hate that. It's like, fuck, you got me. It's like little kid, like you can't see at the end, but he's like calling for his fucking horse, and the horse is there. God,
Yeah,
dude,
Dick. I still haven't watched it.
Oh,
Thanks for that.
And Spielberg
no, it's not a spoiler. Like you'll understand what I mean. Like you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I'm just
You haven't seen it.
I bought it because you said it was good, and I just
it'll
haven't
still
had
get you,
time.
trust me.
It's that was the other. I thought 2011 was like a really weak Oscar year. That was when The Artist and like Hugo was good, and like most of the movies were good, but it was like The Help, The Descendants with George Clooney, like nothing really like amazing.
Moneyball.
Was like one of the only ones that I saw in the theater that like I got real emotional, and I was like, okay, that was great. And then it like didn't win shit. Like it was just kind of like.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all remember Always?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's okay. It's one of his like, weaker movies.
Definitely. What about what's the movie with Belushi he did and Dan
1941. That's his worst movie.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Not to say it's bad, but like it's not good.
Can't wait to watch the Spielberg movies I haven't seen.
Yeah.
They sound like a hoot.
I did a whole Spielberg like run through before Ready Player One came out, and like I had seen everything, but it had been a long time since I'd seen most of them, and like I'd never really done them all like in order. Yeah,
I don't know how easy.
Doesn't even feel like a Spielberg movie.
I don't know how easy this would be for y'all to find, but once again, showing my age. Have y'all heard of the TV show called Amazing Stories?
Heard of it?
I think so.
So back in the day, it was like a lighter Twilight Zone, and it was produced by a bunch of big directors, a bunch of unknowns. Steven Spielberg did he did one that really stands out. John Williams did the score. It stars Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Costner, and a bunch of that guy actors is in it too. And it takes place during World War II, and the guy's trapped in the bottom of a plane, the gunner section, the little bubble.
Yeah.
And they can't land the plane because the landing gear won't come down. If they land, they'll land on top of him.
That sucks.
And it's a pretty interesting and crazy ending to it. It's probably on YouTube. I have to find it.
Sounds like those videotapes from the beginning of Men in Black 2.
Dude has an afro.
But yeah, it's just like people forget Spielberg directed The Color Purple.
Yeah.
And movie that the Oscars did bogus, but
yeah, did it
11 nominations, not a single one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't win a single one.
Nope. And then we talked about Christian Bale earlier. What's the movie he did with Spielberg? Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun.
That's underrated too.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, Christian Bale was so good.
Yep. But now Spielberg, you just got
Jaws. I mean Jaws.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think Close Encounters. It's like he's another one. It's like most of his early movies. Like you look back, it's like how the fuck did someone direct all of those movies like back to back to back? Like you did Jaws, and then you did Close Encounters. You did E.T. That's like what? Then you did Indiana Jones. It's like chill.
We get it. You're great.
But look at Spielberg was the Nolan back in his day. As far as for some reason he would get nominated like best director, but they wouldn't give him the award. He wouldn't win anything until Schindler's List.
Yep.
And look how long he's been in the game at that point.
About 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's not his best movie.
what's that?
It might be his best movie, but it's nobody's favorite
Yeah.
Spielberg movie.
No,
I don't
which
care.
one?
Schindler's List.
Well,
Like, I
no,
don't
it's
care.
like, hey,
I
let's
don't
get the
care who you-
popcorn.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. Like,
I am.
it might be his best movie. It might be, but like, it's nobody. I would rather watch Jurassic Park. I'd rather watch Jurassic Park 3.
That's
Yeah.
on the list of I know I'm sure you all probably have the list of great movies you don't really want to watch again. I guess because of the emotional impact of it. You know, who goes and get Schindler's List from the case?
I
and
watched
say,
it.
"Hey,
as
let's
part of
watch
that.
this.
Yeah, I watched it as part of that marathon.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd seen it in years. It'd been like 10, 15 years since I'd seen it.
Yeah. We
And then
went
it
on a
came out in
class trip to go
4K.
see that.
It came out in 4K, and I like bought it. And I was like, why did I do this? Like, I walked out of I was like, why did I do this? Like, what is going to be my excuse for watching this? Period.
I don't know if y'all remember, NBC played the movie No Commercials, uncut, uncensored.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because
One time. That's the muscle that Spielberg flexes.
with commercials, that would be like 10 hours long.
Right? It'll be,
It's an hour-long ordeal.
yeah.
Ugh.
But no, that's one. Even that he's not my official pick, but like I haven't seen The Post.
Since the
This
theater.
was good.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, so
I feel a similar way about Saving Private Ryan. Is like everybody's favorite war movie, and like to me, I love like it's great. But to me, it's like so depressing that I'm like, ugh. I don't like watching Saving Private Ryan. Like it's not a movie that I want to go.
You gotta
and
be in a little bit of a mood to watch that. It's nuts.
So, Michael Mann has entered the chat now.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just playing. Man, this was fun. I don't know if it played out exactly how I thought it would, but maybe we can do it again like months down the road, or I don't know.
Who won?
Me.
That's fair.
I'll come up, cook a new idea in 2 weeks. We'll talk about something. I don't know. Stay tuned. I'm gonna come back and wrap up this episode, man. It's regular. Yo, king shit. The kid growl meanest. They say I'm a foul genius. Though they just mad I made them throw in the towel like they was Val Venus. Lames try to bring you down when they learn it's a side hustle. Like a bitter bitch talking shit about to interrupt my hustle. You clowns better reevaluate where the boy ranks. I'm the chiller Seth Rogen with the bars of Lloyd Banks. They see that he do it big and they try to climb up him. Personality gigantic. You midgets could swing from my dick to my shoulders. Come try if you think that I'm bluffing. These rhymes nothing. You get shocked if you try to touch him. But then you might get cut cause I'm a husband. So go sip a Mai Tai, my guy. You might cry, so why try to match my fly? No blind eye to a side eye. It really ain't hard to tell what it is that I'm about. I'm full of shit. IBS, then I drop my insides out. Got my rhyme clout, just take a poll of my peers. Bars hit hard, I'm trying to overflow a bowl of they tears. Steady exposing they fears. They can't maintain what I've been doing for years. And chill until the next episode.